had my first night shift, and to my surprise, someone slapped me. But when I looked around, there was no one in sight. I walked to the mirror and saw a clear handprint on my face. I knew this wasn't a dream. Thinking that it might be a prank by my coworkers, I didn't pay much attention to it. I was assigned to work the night shift in the ICU. The empty hallway in the ICU gave me the chills. Although I was scared, I forced myself to get to work. Everything seemed normal at first, but just as I was about to change a patient's dressing, I suddenly heard singing coming from the hallway. I cautiously stepped out of the room to check, but the hallway was empty. I thought to myself that I must have imagined it, so I returned to the room with a nervous heart. But because I was distracted, I accidentally knocked over some medicine, staining my clothes. I had no choice but to go to the staff changing room. When I arrived, I was surprised to find that my locker was open. Just as I was wondering about it, I suddenly heard the sound of high heels echoing down the hallway. Then a figure appeared behind the glass door. I greeted her, but she didn't respond. Terrified, I gathered my courage and went into the hallway again to check. But once again, it was empty. When I returned to change, the footsteps returned. I peeked out from behind the locker and saw a figure wearing a nurse's cap. Its movements were stiff like a zombie. Fear gripped me and I froze in place. Just as it was about to enter the changing room, it vanished without a trace. I hurried back to the ward. Just as I was about to administer pain relief to a male patient, he told me that a nurse wearing a black cloak had already done it. I quickly checked the medical records and saw an unfamiliar signature. The painkillers in the medicine tray were used up. I was confused about my colleagues' actions and rushed to the nurse's station to ask them. However, one of the nurses told me that only I had the key to the ICU and no one else could get in. She also said that the black cloak uniform had been discontinued over 100 years ago. The nurse sternly told me that the ICU was known to be haunted and that no one should sleep while working the night shift there. I instantly regretted taking this night shift. Feeling heavy-hearted, I returned to the ICU. As I walked into the hallway, the lights started to flicker violently, and the footsteps echoed again in the empty corridor. I saw a dark figure slowly walking out from the corner. I gathered all my courage and walked closer, wanting to see what this ghost really looked like.